Hey everyone, here's a review of a really nice vintage watch, maybe a little bit older than I'm used to reviewing. It's a 37 millimeter Gallet Multichron chronograph. It's all stainless steel with the screw down case back. It has a 20 millimeter lug, so it can accept a lot of straps. You know, on the secondary market, this watch will probably run you about, I don't know, $2,000, maybe a little bit more for a really nice example. Um, it's a watch from the 60s and 70s, and the really nice thing about this watch is that it has the same basic dimensions and, more importantly, the same movement as the classic vintage Rolex Daytonas from the same era. So it has the legendary Valjoux 72 hand winding column wheel chronograph movement, and it's the same size, about 37 millimeters. You know, tri-compax chronograph. You activate the chronograph just like any other by hitting that top button. You can see that the you know, it's not quite as smooth because the beat rate is not as high as modern chronographs. You can stop it like that, reset it. It's got a nice glossy dial. Overall, a really pretty watch, and certainly as close as a lot of people, me included, will ever come to a you know, a reference 6263 or 6239 vintage Daytona. Wears really nice on the wrist, and like I said, only a couple of grand, maybe a little less, maybe a little more on the secondary market. But as far as vintage watches go, I think it's well worth it. One thing you got to look out for with this model is that, you know, the watch can look very similar to this, but have the Gallet Excelsior Park movement. You don't want that. You want the Valjoux 72 example, which was a little bit later in the production of these watches, and of course a little bit rarer and much more desirable. Anyway, that's a little review of a nice little vintage chronograph, a Gallet with a Valjoux 72 movement. Thanks.